This is something I swore that I would never do, yet here we are anyway. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Dr. Cliff Olson, founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Phoenix, Arizona, and apparently I'm now founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Scottsdale, Arizona. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. That is the building that our new clinic is actually inside. Over here on the, I don't know what part of Scottsdale this is, kind of on the east side of Scottsdale, but over there is, I think that's Pima, but the 101 is right on the other side of Pima, right there, and then we're on the crossroad of Raintree in this beautiful building right here. I'll share the story with you guys as I go in here and kind of give you like a tour of some sort. I'm here on a Sunday. It's kind of a long story, so I'll kind of walk you through the space here and kind of explain. Oh, is this gonna open? There we go. All right, so let me just take you through the foyer here. First part of the story here is that this is actually originally our Modern Tinnitus location in Scottsdale, Unit 307. I'll take you up to the third floor here in a second to show you that. But we actually have a really nice courtyard area that I'll walk around. Now, it is super hot, so you're probably gonna see me sweat in this video, but nevertheless, love the courtyard out here. Bunch of running water. It's actually perfect if you have tinnitus because it kind of masks out the tinnitus. But really the story here kind of starts a couple years ago for this particular location. A buddy of mine, Dr. Craig Casper, we essentially started Modern Tinnitus, and we thought it was going to be requiring a clinic location, but it ended up being more of an online business where we have Modern Tinnitus specialty centers. And we actually had, you guys probably remember Dr. Rachel Cook, who has made some videos on the Dr. Cliff AUD YouTube channel. She was essentially our tinnitus specialist, but she's moved on. She had a little baby girl. She moved out to California with her husband. They're having a great time out there. Miss her a lot. And since she moved on, we just really haven't needed to have a tinnitus location here in Scottsdale anymore. But we do have Craig, Dr. Casper, coming out from New York Hearing Doctors a couple times, every couple of months to see our tinnitus patients, because technically Applied Hearing Solutions is a Modern Tinnitus specialty center. So why are we switching it from Modern Tinnitus to Applied Hearing Solutions? Well, first, like I said, we have no real need for a Modern Tinnitus dedicated location here anymore. And number two, even though I said we would never expand to another location, if you would have asked me a couple of years ago, the thing that we're running into is that we're training some really, really good audiologists at our clinic in Phoenix, and I don't want to let them go. I want to hire them once they're done training with us. But our main location in Phoenix is just running out of space. We only have 3 treatment rooms, and we already have Dr. Balderas, who was my first student that I trained. She's been with us now for what, like 5 years or something like that. Then we had Dr. Beck, who was with us a couple of years ago as a student, and she is doing fantastic. But then I had Jenna, and I've known Jenna actually longer than pretty much anyone inside of the clinic, and she shared this, but her father was a patient of mine, and that's how she became more familiar with audiology. And so instead of continuing on with her exercise science, plans, kind of like what is similar as my background, she ended up going into audiology. And so when she got to her 4th year, she wanted to do her 4th year at our clinic. We trained her up over the course of this last year. She just graduated, so she's now Dr. Jenna Wingett, and we're super happy about how good she is. And so we're like, we want to keep her, but we're out of space at the main clinic. So our idea was to basically switch this Modern Tinnitus location over to an Applied Hearing Solutions location. That way we can keep her. So now you can see kind of the co-branding there. We'll probably remove the Modern Tinnitus logo and keep Applied Hearing Solutions. But we used to have Modern Tinnitus decked out everywhere inside, and we've just got done like switching all of that. I gotta get out of here. It's super, super hot outside. So let me just walk you through here. All right, so here is the entrance, and you can see that we used to have our Modern Tinnitus logo up there, and now we have Applied Hearing Solutions, just like the Phoenix Clinic. I'll just do a brief tour here for you guys. So this is just like a room that we can turn into a treatment room. It's basically acting like storage right now. On the other side here, we have a waiting room, and you can actually, it's kind of nice because you can see that little courtyard out there from the waiting room, which is super nice. As we keep working our way back, this is a much smaller location than our Phoenix location, but we've got a conference room in here. We've got a work room in here. This is where we do diagnostic testing with the hip box there. We do maintenance and repairs inside of this room for our patients. And then as we work our way back here, we have break room inside of here. Nothing special. some supplies in there. Got our sound booth, full-size sound booth, just like we have over in Phoenix, so of course that gets the job done right there. We're actually going to bring in a nicer chair and replace that, make it more comfortable. Might as well make your time spent in the sound booth more comfortable if possible. And then of course this is the main treatment room, fully decked out with all the same equipment that we have over in Phoenix for all 3 of our treatment rooms over there. So really the only thing that we don't have the ability to do over here is full earwax removal. We can do some earwax removal, but as you guys notice, we don't have an actual restroom or sink or anything in here. So we can't really do irrigation of patients' ears. So if you want to get your ears irrigated, you have to be over in our Phoenix location, which is actually only 10 minutes away from where we're at right here. Let me kind of finish out the story here with you guys. So most clinic owners, their goal for expansion is, let's establish a new clinic and let's see if we can find someone to staff it. And we just kind of are doing things backwards, where we're just trying to develop the absolute best clinicians that we possibly can and then find a spot for them to go, right? We're out of space over in Phoenix, so if we wanted to keep Dr. Wing It on, we had to expand. So our plan about 6 months ago was to essentially start the conversion so we could have some room for new clinicians to join the team if they've proven that they can be an excellent clinician. And all of our clinicians right now, of course, have proven that they are excellent at what they do. And so the natural next step was for us to find a spot to where we could have 4 clinicians in Applied Hearing Solutions, even though we only have 3 treatment rooms. I know that this kind of makes me sound like a hypocrite a little bit, because I'm pretty sure I've had vlogs where I said I am not interested in expansion in any way, shape, or form, but we have patients needing to get in, wanting to come see us at Applied, and like, what do? What do we turn people away? Well, we're not going to do that, at least not right now. So we ended up expanding into this spot. We got everything repainted, cut obviously the new signage up here, and now Dr. Beck is coming into this location as well as myself a couple days a week. So it's not a fully operational clinic in the sense that we're not here Monday through Friday. We're here Monday and Tuesday as of right now, and potentially expanding beyond that. What might eventually happen here, I'm actually going to go outside and show you guys around a little bit more. What's going to happen is that if it proves that this location can work, because you guys probably know my philosophy on this by this point, I'm a lean startup guy. So when I first started my clinic in Anthem, Arizona, it was just me in a single room, and I wanted to prove that the business would work. So we're kind of doing the same thing here. I don't know if we're going to keep that location over there forever. I just know that for right now, as we're testing out the Scottsdale market, that we're going to find out here probably in the next 6 to 8 months whether or not it makes sense to have this particular location. It might not. We might decide to move it to a different location, but if it's working really well, we have 2 options. We can either keep the space right here, extend the lease, because the lease is up in about 18 months, or we can lease a new spot out here in Scottsdale. But it's really kind of exciting to see this happen. Like I said, I'm not really motivated by growth. I'm more motivated by quality of care. But if we can accomplish both, then why not, right? I couldn't be more excited to be able to have every single student that I've ever trained in the clinic. We've been able to hire them afterwards, and they've become absolute amazing clinicians from an audiology standpoint. So if I can keep that trend going, I absolutely will. Now, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I know it's kind of a little outside of the norm for what I do video content wise. It's kind of like a weird vloggy style video, but again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. And if you've been waiting for us to open up a Scottsdale location before you come in and see us, now's the time. Just go to appliedhearingaz.com and shoot us a message or give us a call, and I'll just kind of finish off here actually by giving you guys a nice view of the courtyard down there. Absolutely beautiful.